Hi, I want to talk to you about the Ultimate Reset. I hadn't had a chance to talk about this program that I did. So first, for those of you who don't know, the Ultimate Reset is it's a detox program, but it's not one intended to starve you. So while you are taking supplements, including 1 week where you are taking a detox supplement, it's not intended to just flush everything out. In fact, the detox supplement has a very, very, very mild laxative effect. I really didn't notice any difference taking that compared to how I normally am. But I do eat a lot of fruits and vegetables and grains, so I get a lot of fiber in my diet. So I didn't notice that much of a difference. Some people might notice. So the main purpose of the Ultimate Reset is actually to focus on eating healthy foods. So you're eliminating things out of your diet right away. No caffeine, no added sugar. You are having salt, but it's different. It's the pink Himalayan salt, or it's the Bragg's liquid aminos, or miso paste. That's where your salt is coming from. It's not coming from prepackaged and processed foods. So you're not getting any of that either. You're eating completely whole foods in your 3 weeks that you do this program. And I did it so that I could focus on getting my nutrition back on track, because I was finding that I needed things to taste sweeter. I was adding sugar to things, and I don't normally do that. I was also binging on desserts whenever I could. So I knew I needed to get everything back on track and focused on my healthy eating. So that was my purpose for doing it. Everybody has a different reason for why they do these things. This was the reason I did it. So the first week, you pull out animal proteins. So it's a gradual process. So the first couple days you get meals with animal meat or animal proteins in it. So that's dairy, eggs, and animal meat. And then towards the end of the week, you totally cut that out. The second week is eliminating grains and legumes. So you do the same thing again. The first few days in there, you get grains and legumes, and then by the end of the week, you've eliminated that out. And the third week, it's primarily focused on the fruits and vegetables. That's pretty much where you're getting it. You're eating a lot of healthy fats, a lot of avocados. I pretty much had an avocado a day, or close to that, plus coconut oil and extra virgin olive oil, and a lot of stuff. So you're getting that, but I mean, you're not even eating seeds and nuts that much by the third week either. There's a little bit, like a couple tablespoons of seeds compared to a third of a cup of seeds on my salads. So yeah, it's a very, very different experience doing that. Now in the third week, I added an optional snack of grains. So I had half a cup of either millet, quinoa, or brown rice into that snack. So that's really not a lot. When you're used to eating 3 servings of grains a day or more, depending on what program I was working with, it's really not a lot. So that took some adjusting. I can tell you that the first week was rough. I was kind of jonesing for my peanut butter, and I'm not talking about that sweet stuff out of the jar. I get the fresh ground stuff, and I was dying for some of that fresh ground stuff that has nothing added to it. Everybody who knows me knows how much I love my peanut butter, and so that was a tough one to get through that week. I was kind of pacing. Besides the hunger, I did feel hunger, but it happens to me every time I mess with my nutrition with whatever program I'm doing. That first week is always really tough in adjusting. So if I'm increasing calories, I'm like, I can't eat all this food, or if I'm decreasing calories, I'm climbing the walls because I'm feeling hungry. Then once my body adjusts to it, then I'm fine. So that first week was rough. I didn't tell everybody this, but yeah, I was actually eating tahini straight up on a spoon in order to try to curb that peanut butter craving that I had. So yeah, a little crazy, but actually it's not bad. And tahini was one of the allowed ingredients in one of our recipes. So I figured that was better choice than eating the peanut butter, which is a known inflammatory. And that was the whole purpose of this, was to try to eliminate some things that can cause inflammation, so you know what your body might be more sensitive to, and foods that you should probably avoid if you want to achieve certain goals. So one of the things I noticed by introducing foods back in is when I threw dairy back into the mix, I started breaking out. And I don't mean like acne, I mean like breaking out in a rash. So I think that my body is telling me that I should eliminate dairy from my diet, or at least keep it to a very, 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 very small minimum, maybe once a month, a tiny little serving, and see what happens there. But first I need to get it out of my system before I can really determine that that's going to be an acceptable level of intake for me. So no more ice cream, yogurt, cottage cheese, for a while, and I'll see how it goes. Eggs seem to be okay. I seem to be doing okay with eggs, and definitely I threw the peanut butter back in. I probably should keep it out, but you know what? Life is not worth living if you can't have peanut butter. That's my opinion. So I will deal with whatever inflammation, whatever I get, if I can't have peanut butter, or to have my peanut butter. I'm okay with giving up dairy. There are other ways around it. I actually started adding hemp seed or hemp seed powder to my oatmeal to give it to the protein that I normally would add cottage cheese or yogurt to. I'm doing hemp seed instead. So we'll see how that works to balance me out. So what I would say is I would definitely recommend the Ultimate Reset. It is a complete mind, body, spirit transformation program. You're not really focused on exercising, you're focused more on nutrition. I did walk every day, so I was moving, and that's something that they definitely recommend that you do, but you got to keep it light because you're really not consuming a lot of calories. And the whole purpose is to remove toxins for your body. So you don't want to build up toxins like lactic acid in your muscles because you're working them. You want to remove all that. So just doing very light movement just to keep everything going in, to keep in the habit of working out when I normally work out. That was the whole purpose of doing it. So getting back into it again is a gradual process as well. I'm feeling pretty much up to par now. But yeah, the first few days getting back into working out, I was kind of like, oh my God, what did I do? But now I'm feeling strong and capable again, and having the energy to keep up with my intense workouts. So I'm doing all right there. You definitely, for people who are looking at needing basically all their meals spelled out for them, this is definitely a really good program for that. You have 3 weeks, every single meal, every single day, completely spelled out for you. You're giving a shopping list for each week, so you know what ingredients you need to buy for each week to follow the guidelines. The first week you're going to spend a little bit more because some of the ingredients you get you're going to actually use for all 3 weeks. But like the produce and stuff, that changes up for each of the 3 weeks because the recipes change up for each of the 3 weeks. So that's another good thing. So for people who are still learning about this whole nutrition thing, this is an excellent program for that. This will definitely give you some new ideas on cooking foods and recipes. I'm still using some of the recipes that I got out of this book. Yesterday I made the squash with the tahini garlic sauce, again, because that was just so fabulous. I brought sweet potatoes back into my diet. I had pretty much pulled those out because I was so limited on how many carbs I could have that I was like, I'll eat grains instead. And I think I was missing the sweet potatoes, because they do offer a little bit of a sweet taste to it. I'm eating beets now. That's something right there. I never really liked beets as a kid all my life. My mom said I would spit the baby food out at her every time she fed me beets, the pureed beets in the jar. And we would get the canned beets, and I never found that they were any good. They also smelled awful. So I wouldn't eat them. So as an adult, I'm like, oh, I hate beets, because I hated them for so long as a kid. So here they were in my program, not once, but several times. So I decided to try them, and roasted beets are actually really good. So I'm really excited that I tried something new and I actually liked it. The collard greens are a little on the bitter side, but cooking them up the way that they are in the recipe with the coconut milk actually helps balance out that bitterness, so it's not so bad. And having it with the beets really pulls it together too. So again, different food combinations that I never would have considered doing. I never really cooked collard greens before. I ate kale, but I never tried the collard greens. So having that opportunity to try something new. And I eat a pretty healthy diet, it's expanding and making my food interesting again. And I think that might have been why I was failing in my nutrition. So again, another great reason to do this program is if you're feeling like you're in a rut and you need to pull yourself out, but you want to stay on a healthy focus, this will be a really great program to do it. If you have any health concerns, regarding your nutrition, definitely consult with your doctor or dietitian or both if this would be a good program for you to do. There are supplements that come with it, and those help support you while you're doing this program. I think you could probably do all the meals on its own without the supplements. However, I think it would be a lot harder because these supplements are designed to work with the nutrition that you're having. So it's not just a standalone thing. And you can continue to use some of these supplements as a maintenance thing afterwards, but with this particular program to do the purpose that it's supposed to do of pulling toxins out of your body and helping to replenish things, they definitely work really well together. So if you did this program without the supplements, you could probably do it. But I was pacing that first week. You might be pacing all 3 weeks. So that's something to consider. But I'm loving the fact that I have a new recipe book that I get to continue exploring new recipes with it. So I definitely recommend this program. Yes, it is, I think, the most expensive program that Beachbody offers. However, it comes with the supplements, all the supplements that you need to use with it, plus that huge recipe book, and it is a huge book. And then you have access to the Ultimate Reset website. You can go into the participant portal and you get access online to all the recipes, which, let me tell you, that saved me because there were a couple times I wasn't at home. I was at my boyfriend's house and I didn't have my book. And then I was like, crud, I want to stick to my program. What is it that I need to do? And so I looked up what recipe I had going on, what ingredients I needed, and picked up what I needed and made it at his house so that I could still stick with my program. So having access to that online is also helpful. There's also an online community. So if you have any questions, you can, that your coach is enabled to answer. There's that online community that can help you through that as well. So there's so much on that website, and you can access that once you have purchased the Ultimate Reset program. So there's a lot, plus it comes with a coach, whether it's me or another coach. You get a coach whenever you purchase a program with Beachbody, if you haven't done that yet. And the coach is there to help you through the program, especially something like that. Because I have done it, I understand some of these weird things that are going to happen to you when you go through it. You're probably going to experience some emotional things that you didn't expect to experience, and it's all part of the process. I definitely did that, and it surprised me because I didn't think I needed to do that, but clearly I did. And so it was nice to get that out and release it, and just feel so much better on the other side. The results were I lost 7 pounds, all within that last week. It waited till the very end before I actually showed any loss, and I lost like half inches here and there. The big thing was I found I could actually fit into the size 8 pair of jeans my sister gave me 6 months ago, that I couldn't fit into when she gave them to me, but I knew that's where I was headed. I'm not quite at the stabilizing stage yet, but clearly I had gotten rid of a lot of bloating so I could fit into those jeans. And so that tells me that I really need to keep my diet clean of certain foods because it's clearly inhibiting my ability to achieve certain goals that I'm trying to achieve. So again, a great program to help you figure all that stuff out. All right, that's all I have for you. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you. And let me tell you, I would have had a much harder time getting through this, and I probably would have quit if it wasn't for all of you knowing that you were all there waiting and watching to see me get through this and what was going to happen. So having that support from all of you, knowing that you were there, definitely helped me get through the program, which is why I definitely recommend doing this in a group setting with other people, so you know, so that people know what you're doing and can help you through it. My next program that I'm going to be doing is 21 Day Fix Extreme. I'm revisiting it. I've done this one before. And so everyone is welcome to come join me for that. All you need is 21 Day Fix or 21 Day Fix Extreme, and you can join me for an accountability group to work through that program. All right, thank you for watching. Thank you for being there and being a part of my community. Bye.